From the streets of Brooklyn to becoming the youngest heavyweight boxing champion in history, Mike Tyson's life has been a roller coaster of unimaginable highs and crushing lows. Once worth hundreds of millions of dollars, Tyson lived like a king, lavish homes, exotic pets, fleets of luxury cars, and an infamous gold bathtub. But he also spiraled into financial ruin, eventually declaring bankruptcy in 2003. Fast forward to 2025, and Tyson is back on top. While he no longer lives the wild lifestyle of his 20s, he's rebuilt his fortune, found new purpose, and emerged as a cannabis entrepreneur, podcaster, and global icon. In this video, we dive deep into Mike Tyson's current lifestyle, his Forbes 2025 net worth, career earnings, jaw-dropping purchases, exotic mansions, luxury cars, and the wild spending that once brought him to the edge of ruin. Get ready for one of the most fascinating financial journeys in celebrity sports history. Let us now dive into his career earnings. Mike Tyson earned more money in the ring than almost any fighter in history. At his peak, he was a force of nature, commanding multi-million-dollar fight purses and record-breaking pay-per-view deals. But how much did he actually earn throughout his legendary boxing career? Estimates vary slightly, but Tyson's career earnings are generally believed to be between $300 and $430 million US. According to reports compiled by Forbes and Boxing Insiders, some estimates stretch even further, suggesting his gross income, including endorsements and post-fight earnings, may have reached as high as $685 million. Tyson turned professional at just 18 years old, and within 2 years, he was the youngest heavyweight champion ever. By the late 1980s, Tyson was not just a champion, he was a phenomenon. His fights were global events, attracting massive audiences and delivering massive paydays. His fight against Michael Spinks in 1988 was among the most lucrative of its time. Tyson reportedly earned over $20 million in that bout, where he knocked out Spinks in just 91 seconds. Fast forward to the late 90s, Tyson's fights with Evander Holyfield brought in some of his biggest purses. His 1997 rematch, the infamous Bite Fight, earned Tyson $30 million, while Holyfield reportedly made even more. In 2002, Tyson fought Lennox Lewis in a blockbuster bout. Though he lost, Tyson earned $17.5 million, and the fight grossed over $100 million in pay-per-view sales. Even his exhibition match against Roy Jones Jr. in 2020 brought in big money. Tyson received a base purse of $10 million, and the event earned over $80 million in total. Then came Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson in 2024, an unexpected but major spectacle. According to multiple sources, Tyson made around $20 million from that single fight. The bout reignited his public appeal and directly led to his next big financial moves, most notably, a luxury mansion purchase in Florida. Despite all this, Tyson was infamously reckless with money, which brings us to our next section. So, after earning hundreds of millions, where does Mike Tyson's fortune stand in 2025? According to most estimates, Mike Tyson's net worth in 2025 ranges between $10 million and $30 million. While Forbes does not list an exact figure, they recognize Tyson's resurgence in business, particularly in the cannabis industry, as a significant factor behind his financial recovery. Other sources such as Sports Illustrated, Celebrity Net Worth, and CEO Today magazine align with the view that Tyson is no longer broke but doesn't command the same nine-figure fortune he once had. His current wealth is largely tied to revenue from his Tyson 2.0 cannabis company, which he co-founded under Karma Holdco, licensing deals, merchandise, and branding, his popular podcast Hotboxin with Mike Tyson, recent fight earnings including the 2024 Jake Paul bout, and investments in real estate and media ventures. Tyson himself has stated that material wealth no longer drives him like it once did. He's spoken openly about past mistakes, including extravagant spending, poor financial management, and trusting the wrong people. Still, for someone who declared bankruptcy in 2003 with over $23 million in debt, Tyson's current net worth and comeback are nothing short of remarkable. Mike Tyson's real estate history reads like a tour of American luxury. Throughout his life, he has owned multiple mansions across the U.S. Some extravagant, some bizarre, and one even converted into a church. In the 1990s, Tyson purchased a 52-room mansion in Farmington, Connecticut. The estate featured an indoor pool and spa, a nightclub, a full-sized basketball court, tiger enclosures, and a gold room for extravagant parties. That property was so over the top that when Tyson fell into financial hardship, it was eventually purchased by rapper 50 Cent and later put up for sale again. He also owned an estate in Southington, Ohio, which included 5 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, and indoor waterfalls. That home was eventually abandoned and later transformed into a church. But his most recent and talked about acquisition came in early 2025, after his fight with Jake Paul. Tyson purchased a $13 million megamansion in Tierra del Rey Estates, Florida. This 10,000 square foot compound features 6 bedrooms, a private guest house, a gourmet kitchen with 2 islands, a movie theater and recording studio, a full gym and spa area, an 80-foot swimming pool, a 4-car garage, a private pond and fountain, a hurricane-resistant barn, a climate-controlled wine cellar, and personal airstrip and hangar access for private jets. The estate also comes with an additional 2.26-acre plot nearby for aviation use. Real estate analysts note that Tyson paid nearly his entire Jake Paul fight purse to acquire the property, echoing his impulsive nature, but this time with a luxury investment to show for it. Tyson reportedly now splits his time between this Florida estate and a more modest property in Henderson, Nevada, which he's owned for over a decade. Mike Tyson is a car enthusiast in the most extreme sense of the word. During his heyday, he reportedly owned over 100 vehicles, many purchased on a whim. Among his most famous rides were the Rolls-Royce Silver Spur, the Lamborghini LM002, the Ferrari 456 GT Spider, the Bentley Continental SC, the Mercedes-Benz 500 SL, the Jaguar XJ220, the Cadillac Escalade, the Porsche 911 Turbo, and multiple Hummers. Altogether, Tyson is believed to have spent more than $6 million on cars alone. He once gifted a fleet of Bentleys to his entourage, lost a Lamborghini in a snowstorm, and totaled multiple Ferraris. He was also known to give away vehicles on impulse to friends, bodyguards, and even random fans. Today, his collection is more modest. He reportedly still owns a few custom Rolls-Royces, a black Range Rover, and has been seen in a Tesla Model X. His current vehicles reflect a more measured lifestyle, though there's always the chance that Iron Mike could roll up in something outrageous again. Beyond mansions and cars, Mike Tyson made headlines for purchases that border on myth. Let's start with the most legendary, his pet tigers. Yes, Tyson owned 3 Bengal tigers, each reportedly costing $70,000. Their upkeep was thousands of dollars per month, and he built custom cages in his Connecticut estate. The animals were so iconic they were even referenced in the movie The Hangover. Then there was the 24-karat gold bathtub Tyson bought for his then-wife Robin Givens. The tub reportedly cost $2.5 million and was later sold for just over $1 million. Other eccentric expenses include a $580,000 birthday party for his 30th celebration with over 700 guests, $125,000 on jewelry in one afternoon, hiring exotic dancers and buying limousines as impulse gifts, and a $190,000 watch collection lost during bankruptcy. Tyson's openness about his poor money habits is what makes him unique. He doesn't deny or downplay his excesses. In his words, "I was trying to fill a void, and you can't fill it with money." Today, Mike Tyson is more than a boxing legend. He's a businessman, podcast host, and wellness advocate. The cornerstone of his financial recovery is Tyson 2.0, a cannabis brand he co-founded in 2021. Under Karma Holdco, Tyson serves as chief brand officer and face of the company, which markets cannabis flowers, edibles, and CBD-infused products. The brand has grown nationally, with products sold in dozens of U.S. states and Canadian provinces. He also hosts the hit podcast Hotboxin' with Mike Tyson, featuring guests from sports, music, and pop culture. With millions of YouTube views and Spotify downloads, the show generates significant advertising revenue. Other ventures include merchandising and clothing lines, public appearances and speaking engagements, and licensing deals with entertainment and gaming companies. Tyson remains a pop culture icon, revered by young fans who weren't even born during his peak. His candid interviews, spiritual mindset, and philosophical musings have made him an unlikely elder statesman of the fight world. Mike Tyson's life is a masterclass in extremes. From mega mansions to total bankruptcy, from pet tigers to luxury cars, and from prison to podcasts, his story defies logic. Yet here he stands in 2025, financially stable, mentally clear, and still larger than life. Tyson may not have the hundreds of millions he once squandered, but he's richer in wisdom and purpose. Whether you admire his grit, question his choices, or simply find him fascinating, one thing's for sure: there will never be another like Mike Tyson. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the wild lifestyle of Iron Mike, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.